MotoGP in 2022 gets another race winner as the world champion finally gets his first victory of the season in the most dominant fashion. The race around the rollercoaster circuit that is the Portimao track certainly delivered. So let's get straight into the 5 things we learned from round 5 of the 2022 MotoGP season. Aprilia losing concessions. Yet another podium for Aleix Espargaro means that Aprilia will be getting closer and closer to losing their concessions in MotoGP. It's been an impressive start to the season for the team that in the past few years has been struggling at the back with their race win in Termas and now this podium as well. Aleix has been impressively consistent, and this has been rewarded with him sitting third in the current MotoGP World Championship standings. With this latest podium, Aprilia moves to having 5 concession points, with the first one being gained in 2021 at Silverstone, 3 more being gained from the race victory by Aleix Espargaro in Argentina, and now this latest point in Portimao. Aprilia is moving very close to losing their concessions, with only one more podium, meaning that they would reach the cutoff of 6 points. If and when this does occur, Aprilia will be on the same playing field as all the other teams in MotoGP, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle this for 2023 with the further development of what is currently looking like a very good bike. The question of yellow flags. Qualifying was difficult for Marc Marquez and Alex Rins, as in Q2, Marc missed out on what could have been a possible top 6 start for the race, and Alex Rins missed out on a Q2 position altogether due to late yellow flags in the respective Q1 and Q2 sessions. It's an interesting discussion to have with yellow flags affecting other riders as they have to back off and slow down or their laps are cancelled, and it means that we often miss out on some excellent laps and possible qualifying positions due to other riders having incidents and so on. Safety is, of course, one of the most critical things in motorsport, given how dangerous it can often be. However, there has to be some discussion about riders dawdling in the gravel trap as other people are on hot laps. We've seen yellow flags become very drawn out as riders kind of meander off out to the side of the track, and it's not what we want to see when qualifying is so critical. We want to see these riders getting straight off the side of the track so everyone else can continue to lap and finish the qualifying session unimpeded without yellow flags affecting their possible qualifying results, as we saw happen with Marc Marquez. Suzuki inverted weekend. Suzuki had a bit of a weird weekend as their riders seemed to flip at the start of the race. Mir looked comfortable through all the practice and qualifying sessions whilst Rins did not, and because of this Mir started second whilst Rins started in 23rd. But in the race, despite a good start from Mir, he didn't seem to have podium pace as he slowly fell back towards Zarco, Miller, after being overtaken by Fabio, of course. In the meantime, Rins was comfortably sitting in the 139s and was able to just charge through the field. By lap 1, he'd gotten to 10th place, and he just kept moving through. Whilst he did gain from Miller and Mir crashing into turn 1, overall, Rins just looked so good in the race, and it was unexpected given how he didn't do that great in the free practice results. So it'll be interesting to see how this affects both of their confidence into the upcoming races and whether Mir can actually recover something from the next few rounds. And it'll be interesting to see how Rins takes this confidence boost into fighting for this championship, which he clearly seems to be doing. Miguel still spiky. Miguel Oliveira's season has become spiky already, and this is something that the Portuguese rider said that he didn't want to have happen. Despite a good result in the Portimao race, which is of course good to see, it was nice to see him pick up a top 5, finishing 5th in the race, his overall season has been a bit too up and down and not consistent enough for a good championship challenge. He has gotten his win at Mandalika and a retirement at Qatar, and then 2 sub-10th place finishes in Argentina and the Kota round, and now a 5th place. It already sets up a trend of spiky results, which he said he didn't want to do. Miguel has really got to find some consistency if he wants to do well this year in this championship, because we know how critical consistency is in MotoGP. Hopefully he can find some in the upcoming rounds, as he seems to be more comfortable in Europe, but we'll have to see. Domination from the devil. In terms of riding, Fabio Quartararo has had an excellent start to the 2022 season, because I think he's pulled the maximum out of that Yamaha that he could possibly get at all of the past rounds. It's only his second podium, but he gets his first race win of the year and breaks the European manufacturer domination that we've had for the last 6 rounds. It's a good result for Fabio and finally kick-starts his 2022 World Championship. I hope that we can see more from him, because this is the point where Fabio needs to start taking the big points, and already he's started to do that. If he wants to win this championship, Fabio needs to get good or solid results in all of the rounds where the Yamaha isn't as fast, and really take control of these races where we know the Yamaha will still go well. Jerez is another track where we can expect him to at least challenge for a podium, but probably win, and hopefully he will. He's a championship contender still, and there's plenty of rounds in it, but this is where Fabio really needs to push in these next rounds, and so far it's looking great for the 2021 World Champion. Rider of the Weekend. I have very little to say about the Rider of the Weekend for this weekend. In my view, it's Alex Rins. Fighting back from 23rd up to 4th was an incredible feat, and with his excellent result in the race, it means that he's definitely in the fight for this championship. It was great to see, especially considering his terrible results in the free practice sessions, that he was able to put that aside and just focus on the race and get an awesome result. So well done to Alex Rins, Rider of the Weekend. Struggle of the Weekend. The struggle of the weekend is probably Enea Bastianini. It was a race that ended in a crash for the previous championship leader, who now falls to 4th in the World Championship standings. It wasn't what he needed, and in terms of consistency, really not what he needed. Hopefully Enea can recover in the next few rounds and regain his confidence, but it was not good to see him struggling like he was throughout the weekend. Alright, that was 5 things that we learnt from the 2022 Portimao round of MotoGP. If you've got any others to add, please comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and don't forget to vote in the community poll for how you found the race and what you rated it as. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.